Imagine this. The year is 1798. A young general named Napoleon Bonaparte sets sail for Egypt. He is known for his ambition and his armies. But on his ships, packed between cannons and soldiers, is a different kind of army. This was an army of scholars, scientists, and artists. They were called the savants. They carried not swords but pencils, measuring tools, and an insatiable curiosity. Napoleon didn't just want to conquer a land, he wanted to conquer its knowledge. He brought these brilliant minds to a place that was ancient even then, to unlock the secrets held by the pyramids, the sands, and the Nile River. This was more than an invasion. It was an expedition into the heart of human history and science. What did these savants do? They fanned out across the landscape like explorers on a new planet. They were a living, breathing encyclopedia project. Some sketched the magnificent ruins of Karnak and Luxor, preserving a history that was slowly fading away. Others studied the strange and wonderful animals of the Nile. A few brave souls even delved into the chemistry of ancient Egyptian cosmetics and mummification, discovering techniques lost for thousands of years. They were asking big questions. How did this ancient civilization build such incredible monuments? What did they know about the stars, about medicine, about life itself? Their work was a bridge across time, connecting their world to a civilization of the past. Their most famous discovery happened by accident. A soldier found a dark, broken stone slab near a town called Rosetta. This stone had the same message carved in 3 different scripts: ancient Greek, a common Egyptian script, and the mysterious hieroglyphs. This was the key. The Rosetta Stone became the ultimate decoder ring, allowing us to finally read the stories the ancient Egyptians wrote about their own lives, their gods, and their science. It opened up a silent civilization, letting it speak to us after millennia of silence. This single stone transformed our understanding of human history, showing how one discovery can illuminate a whole universe of forgotten knowledge. This journey was a powerful statement. It declared that science and culture were as valuable as territory. Napoleon's savants created a monumental work called the Description de l'Égypte, a multi-volume masterpiece filled with detailed drawings and observations. It was the first comprehensive record of a civilization's natural and cultural history. It laid the groundwork for modern Egyptology, but its impact was even broader. It sparked a new way of thinking, proving that a deep systematic study of the world, from its smallest insects to its grandest structures, could reveal profound truths about our shared human story and our place in the cosmos. Think of knowledge as a great river, like the mighty Mississippi. It begins as a tiny stream, a small idea, in the headwaters of northern Minnesota. This is like the first question a scientist asks. As it flows south, more streams and tributaries join it. These are new discoveries, other people's ideas, and experimental results. The river grows wider, stronger, more complex. This is how science works. An idea starts small, perhaps with the savants in Egypt observing a plant. Then another scientist adds to it, and another, until it becomes a powerful current of understanding that carves new landscapes in our world. But this river doesn't just carry pure, clean water. Along its journey it picks up pollution and debris. In science, this can be like a flawed theory or a misunderstood concept. Think of the dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico, where the Mississippi finally empties. The river has gathered so many fertilizers and pollutants from its long journey that it creates an area where life can barely survive. Similarly, a scientific idea can become distorted or misused. It can lead to dead ends or even harmful outcomes if we are not careful to filter out the mistakes and biases that accumulate along the way. The flow of knowledge requires constant vigilance and correction. This river metaphor helps us understand how diseases are perceived. A long time ago, we might have seen an illness as a curse or a mystery, a small, isolated spring. Today, we see something like cancer not as a single event, but as a vast river system. Its headwaters might be a genetic predisposition. Tributaries of environmental factors, lifestyle choices, and random mutations all flow into it, making the river more powerful and dangerous. To understand the disease, we can't just look at the mouth of the river. We must travel all the way back to its many sources, understanding how each small stream contributes to the final, overwhelming flood. This is the essence of modern exploration. We are all navigators on this river of knowledge. We travel upstream to find the origins of ideas, like the savants did in Egypt. We study the currents to see how they flow and change, and we look downstream to predict where they are going. Whether we are studying the cosmos, the human genome, or the history of a civilization, we are part of this grand, flowing narrative. We are constantly adding our own small streams of discovery to the great river, hoping to make its waters clearer and its course more beneficial for all of humanity. The savants in Egypt were some of the first modern scientists to practice anthropology, the study of human cultures and societies. They didn't just look at stones, they observed the people, their customs, and their way of life. They were trying to understand what made Egyptian culture unique. This is not so different from how modern biologists explore the human body. We look at our DNA, the code of life, but we also study how our environment and experiences can change how that code is read. This fascinating field is called epigenetics. It's like discovering that the story of our lives can leave notes in the margins of our genetic book. Think about it this way. Your DNA is like the hardware of a computer. It's fixed and provides the basic instructions. But epigenetics is like the software. It can be updated and changed by your experiences, what you eat, the air you breathe, the stress you feel. The savants saw how the environment of the Nile shaped the Egyptian people. In the same way, we are learning how our personal environment shapes the expression of our genes. It's a profound connection, an echo of that early anthropological work now resonating within our very cells. The world outside of us writes on the world inside of us. This idea helps us understand complex conditions that have long puzzled science, like autism, Alzheimer's, and even some cancers. These aren't just caused by a single bad gene. They are more like a conversation between our genes and our world over a lifetime. For Alzheimer's, perhaps a genetic vulnerability is the starting point, but decades of environmental inputs, our diet, our education, our exposure to toxins, can influence whether and when the disease appears. It's a complex dance between nature and nurture, a concept the savants were just beginning to grasp as they documented the interplay between the Egyptian people and their unique environment. So, the curiosity that drove Napoleon's scholars to measure ancient skulls and study social customs is the same curiosity that drives a geneticist in a lab today. Both are trying to answer a fundamental question: what makes us who we are? The savants looked for answers in the ruins and traditions of a society. We now look for them in the intricate molecular machinery of our cells. The scale has changed from pyramids to proteins, but the quest remains the same. We are still exploring that mysterious territory where history, environment, and biology meet. How do we connect the discoveries of 18th century France with the challenges of 21st century medicine? How does a stone found in the Egyptian mud relate to the search for a cure for cancer? The answer lies in a concept we can call the global compression theory. Imagine all of human history and all of scientific knowledge as a single massive object. Over time, as we learn more, we are compressing this object. Distant ideas are forced closer together, revealing surprising connections. The work of the savants, and the work of a modern cancer biologist once separated by centuries, are now touching. This compression reveals that science is not a straight line of progress, but a web of interconnected ideas. The savants' work in chemistry, trying to understand ancient Egyptian pigments, taught us about the long-term stability of chemical compounds. This knowledge is not so far from our modern quest to design stable drug molecules that can target cancer cells without breaking down. The ancient Egyptians' sophisticated understanding of anatomy, learned through mummification, laid a foundation for surgery and medicine that we still build upon. Every discovery, no matter how old, becomes a part of our shared toolkit for solving today's problems. Consider Alzheimer's disease. To understand it, we need genetics, chemistry, and anthropology. We need to understand the molecular tangles in the brain, chemistry. We need to identify the genetic risks, biology. But we also need to understand how lifestyle and cultural factors influence the disease, anthropology. The holistic approach of the savants, studying everything from geology to culture, is the exact approach we need today. The global compression of knowledge shows us that the walls between different scientific fields are artificial. To solve the biggest puzzles, we must be like the savants, artists, historians, and scientists, all at once. In the end, our journey through science is a journey back to ourselves. From Napoleon's ships on the Nile to the spacecraft exploring distant worlds, we are driven by the same human impulse to understand our origins and our destiny. The lessons from Egypt are not just about history, they are about a way of thinking. They teach us that the past is never truly past. It is encoded in our buildings, in our books, and even in our blood. By studying the echoes of the past, we can better understand the challenges of today and build a brighter map for the future. The cosmos is within us, and the story of our exploration is written across time.